So, Russia vetoed a UN Security Council resolution in a move that effectively abolishes UN monitoring of sanctions against North Korea over its nuclear program. Russia did this to shield its weapons purchases from North Korea for use in its war against Ukraine, which is a direct violation of the sanctions regime. The vote of the 15-member council was 13 in favor, with Russia against and China abstaining. While the sanctions do remain in place, Russia ending this program means individual countries will have to monitor sanctions compliance rather than the UN. Russia prefers the UN to not be a part of the compliance inspections because it's easier for the Kremlin to attempt to delegitimize any claims from individual countries under the umbrella of Russophobia, rather than trying to delegitimize a multinational body within the UN, which Russia is a part of. It basically gives Russia top cover to continue to clearly lie about violating North Korean sanctions by trading for weapons. Now, this will also allow Russia to sell agricultural supplies to North Korea, something that North Koreans desperately need. In North Korea, the planting season has brought a sharp increase in theft among farmers, especially of plastic film used to protect rice seedlings from frost. This surge in thefts is attributed to a significant shortage of agricultural supplies, including plastic film and fertilizer, often because the government keeps those things for its military apparatus. Lack of crops can be scary for farmers in North Korea as they are required to meet specific quotas. Failure to meet these targets can result in penalties such as reduced access to life-sustaining resources and, in severe cases, criminal action. This is because North Korea's agricultural system operates under a centralized planning framework rather than a demand-driven agricultural system. As such, the government places quotas on farmers. These quotas are a part of the government's broader strategy to attempt to manage the country's food supply and agricultural output. This method is part of the reason why North Korea faces food shortages every year. Even though North Korea imposes these quotas, often farmers can't meet the requirement because the government provided supplies of critical farming input like fuel, fertilizer, and plastic film fall well short of what is actually needed. There are estimates suggesting that only about a third of the necessary supplies are provided by the North Korean government, and this has led to a disparity in material availability, which is why you see theft on these farms. The government's response to the widespread theft of crops and farming equipment has been basically to increase the number of guards stationed in these fields. Yes, farms in North Korea have guards on them. And it's not to just prevent plastic and equipment theft. They are there to stop the hungry from stealing from the farm as well. Now, security measures have intensified by adding more guards, and the older guards are being replaced by younger ones who can basically run faster and chase down the thieves. But despite these efforts, theft remains persistent in North Korea. Incidentally, if Russia continues on its current path, we could see a similar situation arise for them in the coming decades. So some may ask, why are we hurting the North Korean people in such a way? Why do we sanction their agriculture, their food, basically? Well, this is why. Agricultural equipment is used for military purposes in the Kim Jong-un regime. So not only does it not go to the farmers, it ends up in the military's hands.
이 땅을 넘보는 원수들을 두고서는 전하의 포전길만 달릴 수 없기에 보습 대신 강력한 힘을 재운 무장 장비들을 이끌고 결연히 이 광장에 나섰습니다.